today's video, we're going to talk about Dehancer Pro, which is a third-party plugin for Davinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, as well as Premiere Pro and After Effects. And basically, it is the final touch that you add to your film edit. I'm super excited to share some of the results that I was able to achieve with Dehancer Pro. Basically, Dehancer Pro gives you the ability to add film-like emulations to your edit and give you that film look. Dehancer didn't pay me to do this video, but they did give me a free license to test and check out Dehancer for myself. If you're keen to try out Dehancer, you can check out the link in the description down below, and you can use my promo code to get 10% off your purchase. But if you stick around, I am going to give away a free license to a subscriber, so you need to stay tuned for that. Dehancer isn't a LUT. A LUT, or a lookup table, is merely a table of color changing values. It doesn't contain all of the characteristics that determine the film look. So Dehancer is a full and comprehensive film emulation plugin that help you recreate the characteristics of film. Dehancer Pro has over 60 film stock emulations that look like real film. The film stock emulation isn't too overbearing or over the top. Sometimes the effect is so subtle that you can't tell the difference, and I appreciate that because it doesn't give you an over-the-top retro look. I hate to use the word cinematic, but that's the end result that you get with Dehancer Pro. You get real film-like emulation that is cinematic. So the most impressive part about Dehancer Pro for me is the film grain effect. It is real film grain effect that is applied to your footage. So it's not just simply an overlay of film grain, and it works with the characteristics of your footage to recreate that film grain look. Initially, when you apply the film grain, you might have a bit of a shock, especially if you're used to using sharp, crisp images. So you might want to dial back the film grain effect a little bit if you're not used to that effect. I'm going to be honest with you, up until a couple of months ago, I didn't know the difference between halation and bloom. So halation, what it is it adds this halo effect, especially around high contrast areas, and the result is a warm glow effect around those edges. So the bloom effect adds a bit of a dreamy look to your footage. So most creators would use like a mist filter on top of their camera. The difference is that if you're using a mist filter, that effect is baked into your image, and it makes it a little bit challenging to change the effect afterward. So here's an opportunity for you to win a copy of Dehancer Pro for yourself. So I'm giving away a free license, and all you have to do is like this video, be subscribed to the channel, and also make sure to comment below telling me what you would use Dehancer for and how the software will enhance your workflow and your color grading process. So if you're using Dehancer Pro with Davinci Resolve Studio, you can use it as part of your node tree, or you can use it as a standalone color grading plugin. So Dehancer does recommend a particular node tree, but you don't have to follow their guidelines if you're already a professional colorist. I think it is good practice to follow their recommendations because it gets you into the habit of using nodes in your color grading process, especially if you're new to color grading. If you're a Final Cut user as well as a Premiere Pro or After Effects user, I think this is the perfect product for you because of the limitations within that software to achieve the film emulation as well as the film look in your footage. When it comes to the cons of Dehancer Pro, I have to agree that the price of Dehancer Pro is a little bit too expensive. But also at the same time, there are other options available, especially a light version of Dehancer if you don't want like the bloom or halation effect, and you can achieve that in camera. So the other issue that I've experienced is that Dehancer Pro is a little bit taxing on your system. So depending on how powerful your system is, you might experience some lag, especially with playback. So I would recommend, if you're using it, make sure that you've edited most of your work already, export that at the highest resolution possible and bring that back into the system and then do your color grading. The problem with this, it just adds another step to your editing process. So hopefully a future release of Dehancer Pro is less processor intensive. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I loved using Dehancer Pro. It just helped me become a little bit more creative in my color grading process to get to that film look, to make it look a lot more cinematic. And I love the authenticity that you get in the look, that it is not over the top, very subtle, You can change the effects the way you want to. I love the versatility of the program, and I think it's a really, really good product. You have an opportunity to win a copy of Dehancer. So make sure you like the video, be subscribed to the channel, comment below how you're going to use it, how it's going to change your workflow, how it will enhance your color grading process. But if you want to support the channel, I also have an affiliate link in the description down below where you can get 10% off a purchase of Dehancer Pro. Other than that, thank you so much for watching the video and supporting the channel. And until next time, cheers.